So I'd love to hear your story on like what you've seen when you've created, even like your first vision board. Like, did that come through, and how long did that take to see those manifestations and visualizations come true?
One of the things that I thought was really funny is I had like boxing gloves on there, right? I put that on there because I felt like I don't want to be too nice. Another thing that I had was I wanted to become a public speaker. And I did. I started speaking on stages and teaching classes in offices, and then seeing it on the vision board, it was like, oh, I am powerful. That realization, I am powerful. What else can I create?
Hey everyone, it's Tamara Thompson with Broadcast Your Authority, and I'm super excited for our next guest. I'm here with some incredible co-host ladies today. Thank you for joining me, ladies. And our guest today, Edith Espinola. She actually flew in over from California over here to Las Vegas. Thank you for joining us. She is a manifestation coach and an incredible human. Thank you, Edith, for being here today.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me on here. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, we've been able to do some different things together in person, and I've gotten to know you as an individual, and you're just doing some incredible things with what you're doing. I know you've worked in the real estate space, but a lot of your focus right now is primarily going into manifestation coaching and things like that. Can you tell us a little bit more about your backstory, about how you evolved into what you're doing now?
Oh, absolutely. So I've been doing real estate for 22 years. And in 2008, I experienced the downturn in the industry. And also at that time, my husband and I were having problems in our marriage, and we had separated. And so difficulty in my job, difficulty in my marriage. And then my husband had passed away. All of a sudden, it was a big shock. I walked around in shock, and my relationships had changed. I felt like I had become a different person, and I had lost everything. And I decided, instead of just rebuilding my life the way that it was, I wanted to create something new. And so I started to study manifestation and spirituality and energy work. And that's led me to really focusing on how manifestation is like the vehicle for transformation.
Okay, so you work with leaders. I'm loving this topic. But manifestation and energy, does that sound too woo-woo for business leaders? How do you describe it in a way that they can get and embrace?
Well, a lot of the very common phrases that leaders who listen to thought leaders and believe in a growth mindset, they understand that thoughts become things, and what you focus on, you bring about, right? And so when I talk with these leaders, I explain to them that this is your brain, your thoughts that you're putting into play. And that when you decide on something, you think about something, it feels like magic because it's happening and you're the one who is like in charge. And the science on that is there's the reticular activation system. That's, some neurons in your brainstem, and it's focusing on what it is that you want, and it's helping to eliminate what you don't want. So what you focus on expands, and people who understand the growth mindset really get that.
I'm sure Lori wants to jump in on that too. All about
well,
mindset blocks.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things I'm curious about is when you talk about manifestation, are there practical steps that you guide people through to help them manifest the things that they want in their life?
So some of the daily rituals that I recommend is, one is to do meditation, to get in touch with who you really are, to connect to your higher self, right? And then another thing is to be in gratitude, because when you're in gratitude, it brings joy, and joy will elevate your frequency. And when your frequency is high, you become a magnet for all of the good things that you want. It deals with a lot of energy. You're attracting. It's like the law of attraction. Also, visualization, putting what it is that you want in your mind and creating a vision of that so you could see it, you could smell it, you could taste it, you could feel like you could touch it. So the visualization is very important. And then putting in align action, knowing what you want, and then being in alignment with your desires and doing and taking the steps that you need to do to create what it is that you want.
I love the fact that what she said about gratitude. We always lead with gratitude with everything that we do. Like, we appreciate all you flying in, coming in here to be with us today, being on the show, working with us on the podcast and things like that. And I think it's really important to share that gratitude level, because what you said, it brings joy and appreciation. And a lot of the time you can understand people's love languages. I don't know about you ladies. Like, she always tells me, she's always like, she's an appreciation, affirmations person, because I'll light up when someone says thank you, or you guys are doing something. I'm like, oh, it like warms my heart. Right. And so I think that's really important what you said with the gratitude piece of it. Now, to the second piece that you talked about, visualization. How many of you have created a vision board?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Several.
Raise your hand. Well, I know we have some stories, but I'd love to hear your story on like what you've seen when you've created, even like your first vision board. Like, did that come through, and how long did that take to see those manifestations of visualizations come true?
One of the first courses that I took when I was deciding what I wanted to create for my life was a vision board workshop. And it was really fun and exciting because it's all about going through the magazines and figuring out, what expresses the desire. And
did you have the scissors and the glue out?
Yeah,
You're
just really tactical, right?
Yeah.
So I had created a big vision board and I had put it away. And then like a few years, probably 3 years later, 3 years, I pulled it out and everything that I had on there had come to pass. One of the things that I thought was really funny is I had like boxing gloves on there, right? And I put that on there because I felt like I don't want to be too nice. Right? I'm too nice. So let me put up like a shield. And now I'm kind. No more Mr. Nice Guy. And another thing that I had was I wanted to become a public speaker. And I did. I started speaking on stages and teaching classes in offices. And there was a lot of other things that were on there, but when I saw it and I realized that, oh my God, everything, including the necklace I saw that I wanted to buy, I didn't even remember when I bought it. And then seeing it on the vision board, it was like, oh, I am powerful.
Yeah.
That realization, I am powerful. What else can I create?
I love that. I love your interconnection of manifestation and mindfulness. And because I really believe we can't change what we're not aware of. We can't grow what we're not aware of. So to pause with that mindfulness and to say, this is what I want. This is what I need. I want more love in my life. So I'm going to attract and manifest more love or success or whatever it is. But that piece of mindfulness, you have to first be aware in order for it to grow.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's just such an important part of the foundation.
Who are you primarily working with now with your manifestation practices and coaching abilities?
Well, primarily I'm working with real estate agents because real estate agents all own their own businesses. So when they decide to come into the career, they've already had a career before they started. So they're bringing their whole being into this new industry. And I love to help them manifest the business that they want, the reason that they left their old career to come into real estate, to help them manifest and get really succinct and sharp on what it is that they want to create.
So could you provide an example of what that looks like for real estate agents? Like, what type of process would you lead them through to build that business that they desire?
Right. So definitely it's all about the self-mastery, right? Really understanding yourself and realizing that you're bringing everything that you've ever studied, everything that you've ever did, any business you've ever held into the career that you have right now. And so when people start to recognize that, they take away that rookie mentality mentality of, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm brand new. Now it's like, oh, I'm stepping into a new pool of water, so to speak. And so then I ask them, where would you like to take your business? Why did you leave your past business? And so we go into creating steps on how to achieve what it is that they want to achieve. And the wonderful thing is because it's manifestation, and I talk about the process of change and going through the terror barrier, I have terms for them that they understand. It's business, right? And then when they come up against their block, their limiting belief, they're prepared to know that, oh, I must be up against a terror barrier because I'm super scared. This is my limiting belief. And I help them to tap into that. We work through it, and then they go through their transformation. So manifestation, it's from, who we are now to where we want to be. That is because it's who we are now to who we become when we achieve that manifestation. And going through the steps and the terror barriers, it's like ascending another level of consciousness, that excitement of, now I understand. And it fuels them to go further in their business.
What are some of the terrors that real estate agents have?
One is, I don't want to be too salesy with my friends.
I think that's in all businesses.
I think so. And I don't want to bother people, and helping them to realize that when you're doing something like real estate or whatever business it is, you're helping them. You're helping your clients to achieve their goal, and coming from the perspective of you're helping them to manifest their beautiful life. So when we go into that attitude of service and, bringing in a little bit of the spirituality, the woo part of that, blessing them, right? Then it becomes a whole different ballgame.
So can you talk about the fact that manifestation isn't instant? And how do you support the people that you're coaching to be okay with the fact that it can take a little bit of time for manifestation to move into form?
That's a really good question.
So good.
Because, we all want immediate action, right? Now, immediate action. And so, it's a matter of like explaining it's a matter of them understanding like what their limiting belief might be, because, everybody goes at their own pace, right? And so everything that we've lived through in our life and everything we've learned has brought us to who we are now. So different people have different things to unlearn. And the ones who I'd say move a little faster through their limiting beliefs and going through the terror barrier are the ones who are not afraid to be out of the comfort zone. Right? Yeah. So if they're not afraid to jump in and take that leap of faith, then they get results sooner. And then their excitement fuels them to the next level. So it's kind of like, having trust in the process, trust that I'm leading them correctly, and then most importantly, trust in themselves that they have everything they need within them to do this.
Do you ever encourage them to go do like crazy experiences? Like Danielle and I, right? So like we set up, like if I see something online, like an example, we're going out to do base jumping in Moab, Utah, because I saw a viral video of people base jumping, and it's like a 2-hour hike to go up to this mountain to jump off a cliff with a tandem person, and then you fly for 2 minutes and then land. But like, do you host those types of experiences that really have them step through a fear, not just with themselves, like mentally, but like a cool experience or anything like that? Have you ever done that kind of stuff with your clients?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I'll encourage them to go do something that they've been afraid to do.
Like jump off a cliff, base jump.
Like skydiving or rock climbing or, just something that they've always been afraid to do. And they know the people that have done it and they've been excited and happy, and then to just encourage them to do it. So I apologize. I can't think of anything that comes to mind right now, but
What's something you've done
what's something that I've done?
Yeah.
Well,
that's jumped you
I've
out
done
of your
it with my coach.
Mhm.
And one of them is going up in a helicopter.
I saw those photos. Those were great.
They were great photos, and it was scary to look down, like past my feet is where,
Yeah.
so that was kind of scary in this little bubble,
But you did it.
but I did it. And
I
was super
also witnessed
excited.
you doing iFly.
Yes. Oh, that was big, right? Because I totally didn't think I could do it. I was afraid. And when I did it, I was scared. I could tell that my fear was holding me back from really enjoying it. And so immediately I wanted to do it again. And that's the feeling that my clients get when they do something that makes them jump off the cliff. And it's like, oh my God, that was so much fun. I want to do it again. And it's like, great. Now let's do it with your business.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like a pattern interrupt to get people into a different mindset and frequency. When we years ago, like when I wanted to get into a higher level of frequency, I was living in an apartment and I was like, I really want this 4-bedroom house, 2-bathroom, gorgeous, like huge space, like double French door, like in my office. And even though I was living in the apartment, every day I would walk around the apartment and I would just have that frequency. Like I'm already walking it. I'm already walking into all the bedrooms, even though it was like 2 bedrooms at the time, but just going with that frequency, and that helped elevate it. We didn't think about it, but years later, like that was the house we were in. Like we moved into our dream home. And so I think it's so important to get on different frequency. But I was thinking about that because like we went and toured mansions. We rented mansions out before we did that to get into a higher level frequency. So I can imagine like if you're real estate agents or like I want to go list a like $10 million home, you have to have a whole different mindset than selling like a $200,000, $300,000 home. Like, and you help them with that because you've been there. You have proven sales proof that you like crush it in real estate sales.
Yes.
So like
in the luxury space.
I mean, it's not. I can imagine that there's other terrorists too. Like they're looking to up level with the listings that they have as well. I mean, can you go into any examples of that?
Yes. So I love that you walked around your home and you were visualizing what the
your next home,
right? So you were totally living and breathing it, the visualization. And so in the real estate world, if an agent wants to become more like a luxury agent, then they go on tours of luxury homes. They go and do luxury events. One of the things that a lot of our luxury clients have is that experience of travel. And so if you're well traveled as a luxury real estate agent, you just kind of understand a little bit more of the width and the breadth of your client's lifestyle, right? And then it's also knowing, what those clients are looking for, what's important to them. So like, for example, a brand new buyer who's probably in the $1 million range. I'm from California. That's our first time home buyer, condos, right? They're looking in the $1 million range. And so that's a little bit different of what we're looking for in the property, in the neighborhood, and what the lifestyle is. When you're looking at like right now, I have a client who has a $4 million property. It's about what is the person that moves into a $4 million property? Well, in the listing that I have, it's in a great school district, a lot of business founders, a lot of high level executives. It's a very educated neighborhood. So just things like that to understand.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I love that. What kind of things are you doing right now? Do you have any like workshops coming up or anything that you could share with our audience a little bit more about what you have coming up for the rest of the year?
Yes. So I just joined the school platform. And so I'm creating a community there, and it has to do with manifestation. So that's
Good
like
for
my
you.
new thing. Thank you that I'm creating. And then I also have a coaching program. It's very unique to the client. because I use my intuition along with all of the tools that I bring about manifestation. And a lot of times the real estate client is the one who benefits because I have the experience in real estate. So I do the unique coaching, and that is something one-on-one. You could do a 6-month program or a 1 year. And then I'm also creating classes. So I've got a lot of things that I'm creating. I'm super excited about it.
Oh, well, I love that. And I appreciate you coming out and joining us today. Could you share with our audience, like where they can reach you, social media, website, any of that fun stuff?
Oh, sure. Hi there. So I would love to have you reach out to me. I'm on all the social media platforms with Edith Espinola. And then I also have on Facebook, Espinola Real Estate Team. And like I said, I'm on the school platform, Edith Espinola, and I have a manifestation community and a real estate community.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you joining us and all these wonderful ladies today on the panel. Thank you, ladies, for joining us as well. So, and there you have it. Go check out everything that Edith Espinola is doing over there in the manifestation place, and check out her on school, social media. Follow her on Instagram because I love her Instagram, by the way. So,
thank you.
And again, thank you for watching Broadcast Your Authority. Be sure to subscribe to our show on Apple, Spotify. Leave us a review. Follow us on YouTube as well. Leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing, and we'll see you in the next episode.